Hi, my name's Paul Almond. I'm a local Unison rep in Wigan and Leigh in the northwest of England, and I work for a charity that's now called We Are With You. Used to be called Adaption before they paid $140,000 to rebrand. So our service is a drug and alcohol service, and myself and all my colleagues are drug and alcohol workers, administration staff. Formerly we were employed by the NHS. The NHS was the sole provider of drug and alcohol services for many years. Then about 2012 the Health and Social Care Act started the outsourcing or privatisation by stealth. So our service would get re-tendered. In 2013 the contract was won by Adaption. At the time they promised us they would honour our NHS terms and conditions, and both verbally and by letter they confirmed that any progression up the NHS pay band, incremental progression, will be honoured, and annual NHS Agenda for Change pay awards will be honoured as well. For a brief period when there was effectively a pay freeze, where I think there was a 1% NHS pay award, our new employer honoured that and gave us that pay award. Then in 2018 the service was again put out to tender. They again won it, and the contract started in April 18, and that coincided with a national pay award for the NHS being negotiated and finalised, and that was a 3-year pay award from April 18 to April 2021. It was 6.5% over a 3-year period. It wasn't a generous settlement, but it partly offset the effect that inflation had had on pay through 10 years of austerity and Tory government. It partially reclawed some of the losses, and we were quietly thinking, well, this is an improvement, it's better than where we were. And in August of that year our employer told us that they were going to think about what to do, and we were rather shocked because we thought they'd given us this commitment and they would honour this commitment. Subsequently they told us they weren't going to honour it, citing a variety of reasons: pay unfairness with their own staff who were paid even worse terms and conditions, and also claiming that they couldn't afford to. So we pursued this claim via the grievance procedure and also an appeal. We got no headway with that. We tried to get them to speak to our union. They didn't recognise any union, and were reluctant to speak to regional organiser Paddy Cleary from North West Unison. So we balloted reluctantly for strike action, having exhausted all reasonable means. We got an initial ballot of 100% turnout and 100% in favour of strike action. We notified them of that, and at that point they then asked to speak to our union, and they arranged an ACAS meeting. The ACAS meetings, we had about 4 meetings. They weren't particularly productive. The opening statement from their executive director was, we can't afford to pay you the pay award, and if we could afford to pay you, we wouldn't do. If we got extra funds from the local council or some other source of finance, we'd probably use it to recruit extra staff rather than to pay this pay award. So we took numerous days of strike action. We started off a 1-day strike, then a 2-day, and a 3-day, and then a 5-day. So I think we took about 16 days of action, and then we're just coming to the end of a further 2 weeks of action, so it'll be about 26 days I think in total. And our employer has made a number of offers. The initial rather risible offer was that you must have lost some pay whilst you're on strike, so we'll pay you back your strike what you've lost in salary, and then you can sign a document saying you'll be good boys and girls and you go back to work. And then the subsequent offer I think was £400, and then in December last year, 2019, they offered £1,500, and then more recently, just before this strike, they offered to pay us an amount of money that would be equivalent to the total that we'd lost over this 3-year pay award. But in each occasion they were non-consolidated. It was a one-off payment, so you wouldn't have a salary increase, it wouldn't contribute to your pension. So on that basis we've rejected each offer, and we're determined we're going to continue to pursue this until we win it. Fantastic support from a local Unison branch, from Northwest Regional branch, from Unison nationally. We've had various other unions, the RMT, the CWU, the NEU, both locally and further afield. Messages of support, donations to a hardship fund, tremendous support that's really buoyed us, because there's only 30 people in this dispute at the beginning, and a couple of people have left and gone to jobs back in the NHS doing the same job that they were doing with us, but getting paid the amount of money we should be getting paid if we got the pay award. So a small number of staff in this dispute, but tremendous support. So we're determined we're just going to continue it until our employer pays us what we deserve. If you don't do it this time, we'll escalate it. We'll increase the number of days action. We'll put more pressure on to shame them. Really, they claim they're a charity, which they are. They claim to have an ethical stance as part of their core values. And we don't think they act according to the core values. So, thank you for all your support.